Hi guys, welcome back to the Hero Project. We are back with
Sup.
wrestling. King and Queen of the Ring thing.
Yeah,
just
you got it
finished.
right.
Yeah, this is not the easiest one to say, is it? I don't know why they've done. It's just a mouthful.
It is
Like a good
Should just change it to Royal of the Ring.
No.
That's
Oh,
even
God,
worse.
no.
I was going to say, like any good Saturday night, it's a good mouthful, but no, that's awful, Titch.
I know, I did on
All right,
purpose.
Link, it's all right. It's
I
all
don't
right.
even know if that's PG.
It's not.
It is now.
What do we think of the pay-per-view overall, straight away?
It was alright.
It was all right. It was, and I think that's
no
fair.
one I'd go and watch
Yeah.
again.
Do you know
I
what,
wouldn't
though?
rush to go
It's
and
alright.
watch it again.
I'm thinking back. I'm looking at these matches. They were all right. It was an all right pay-per-view,
All right.
but every single one of those matches pretty much told a story.
Yeah.
To lead on. I'm trying to think of, every one of those
Uh,
of extended storylines. They're not just being...
yeah.
Go on.
Maybe not so much the pre-show match, but everything else, yes.
No, the pre-show match, no. But the main card match, I think every single one carried on a story.
Well,
Yeah.
even that one,
And-
even the pre-show match, which was Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defeating Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. They've got a finisher now. They got a finisher now, guys.
They
Yeah.
do now.
That was
Still
the
have-
finisher.
That's good.
They still haven't got an entrance together, but they have a finisher together.
Yeah. So maybe next time they'll get an entrance together, and we're sort of working on it.
Good little match. I like the finisher, to be fair.
Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, first cut on the match of the night.
It was an okay, the best place for it.
Mhm.
I think I'd rather this. This was the slow match for me.
Yeah, but starting strong would have been better than...
Don't know, for a women's title though, I think that added to the bit to put it on first.
I'm gonna be honest. None of us enjoyed this match.
We
No, I
sat
didn't.
talking throughout most of it.
None
did-
of us wanted to watch this. None of us enjoyed it. None
I
of us were
did shock
interested in
everyone
it.
by saying Becky should just retire.
What's a bit of a bold statement? I can't lie.
No,
I was a
but
bit
it's
like,
true.
okay.
It's a very blunt statement.
It's true.
It's Pete being a
I-
word that
I-
rhymes
I
with blunt.
understand
You're
your
right,
logic,
I agree.
But
I
yeah,
think the right person won with the right story.
Yeah, Liv
Yeah,
becoming
it-
our
it
new
was-
women's world champion.
100% just for the story. The match,
Yeah.
the match wasn't great. There was a few weird spots. There was some. The ending was good, if I remember rightly.
Dom accidentally getting involved to help Liv pick up the win.
But the actual ending though, with she did the Liv Oblivion onto the chair first, didn't she?
Yeah, and then threw into
And
the
then
ropes.
while the ref was disqualified, well, the ref was busy
Disqualified.
looking at Dom. I don't know.
Look at it, Tom.
Distracted is what I was
It
trying
was
to
his
say.
mustache. They got put off by his mustache.
She got distracted by a mustache, yeah, and then she hit another Oblivion to actually get the pin. So it wasn't.
Alright.
It's built a storyline knowing that Rhea should be back in a few weeks, 4 weeks maybe.
Yeah,
It's built that perfectly. Dom accidentally involved helping her pick up the title.
100% to build the story with Dom and Liv,
And Rhea, yeah.
and for Dom to eventually turn on Rhea and side with Liv. I think is where that's going personally.
It's going to be a strange one. I'm happy to see how we're going with that. But yeah, it was the right choice.
Yeah. Match of the night. I've been saying Chad Gable, Bronson Reed.
Definitely match of the night.
Great match. Great spots.
It wasn't as clear
One
as I thought as match of the night, in fairness. I'll say that.
I think move-wise, definitely, you have 3 great wrestlers in there. For the actual wrestling match, this was definitely match of the night. Some great spots. One spot that we was all calling for the whole match that we finally got.
The double German.
German.
suplex. Yeah.
Is that please? They teased it a few times.
Well, they went for it with it was Bronson, wasn't it, at the back trying to suplex Sammy and then Chad at the front, and then Chad did the switch around and got to the back and did them both, and it was.
But they teased it.
It
They
was
teased
exactly
it
how
on
it
the-
should have been.
They teased it on the ropes first, and I was like, "Oh, go on, do it." And a few times before we get there, I was like, "Oh, sure, they're not going to miss this." Great match and another story build with Otis as well.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to
Yes,
see where that one
accidentally
goes.
taking Chad out.
I, I'm going to be honest. I think that's leading to the Creed Brothers stuff, isn't it? I think
I thought
where
it was
that's
going to happen tonight,
personally.
but I've said tonight I think Otis will get the better of Gable, and then he'll give him a bit of a beatdown, and that's when the Creed Brothers come out.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
It works well, and it elevates Otis as well.
Unless of course they decide to keep Otis with them, and all three of them kind of just bully Otis for a while until eventually he goes mad. Yeah. It depends how much they want to push Otis coming out of it. If the idea is to push the new stable of the Creed Brothers and Chad, they'll get Otis out of it straight away. If the idea is to give Otis a big push out of it, they'll keep Otis in it, and then he'll be the breakout from it that'll get that big push at the end.
But I could see Gable sticking around the IC title picture, and the thing is, when Otis comes away from that, he'll be in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think you're right. I think that's a good one. I think that's a good way of doing that because Otis deserves a bit more, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it'll give him that elevation back up.
Yeah. Nia Jax, Queen of the Ring, predictable, but
Joe, I
cool finish.
I wouldn't say it was predictable.
I mean, we all went Nia Jax.
Yeah, we did.
I would say that literally would say it is predictable.
Yeah, it was pretty predictable.
I think
we all go Nia Jax?
Yeah, I think it sets up for the Becky thing. This, do you know what? Because the storyline was predictable. Otherwise, I thought, do you know what? There was a chance for this match, but storyline just made sense. But they made both look strong.
That switch around at the end.
Mental finisher.
Hang on.
Go on.
You just said because it sets her up for Becky. Becky's not the champion.
Liv is.
She's not, no, is she? She's lost. But so no, she has. Sense. She has got a rematch Monday.
She has got a rematch. She's not going to take it back that quick.
They've already done. They've done the bit with Dom and Liv already. That's the story that we needed.
To be fair,
Dom helping Liv win.
Oh, that'd be a waste. That'd be really weird.
That story's now done. So, will they bring Rhea back for the title straight away, or Liv? They can have two different stories if Liv's not champion still.
It's fair. It's fair. But yes, the bottom line of that match was
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax with like Dan said, great finisher. She reversed the sunset powerbomb attempt, essentially, wasn't it, into her annihilator and just squashed her while she was still standing, squashed her to the mat flat, and it was
she's looking dominant.
That would have taken my breath, let alone poor Lyra Valkyria, who's half my size. So.
And then more.
And then some,
Gunther had a good time tonight.
Good match.
The King General.
The correct way for this to have gone, in my opinion. 100%.
Yeah, like I was saying to you, I think my point's fair, and I'm going to say that myself. Gunther versus Priest is one that needs build up. Orton still face Cody Rhodes if we want at SummerSlam. It doesn't need build up.
I can see
it's 100% the right one.
That's assuming it's Gunther versus Priest.
I think Gunther versus anyone though still needs build up. That's my point. Orton doesn't need build up if he's going to have a title match.
Not only that, the amount Orton was selling the injury before and after, especially, I could see Orton stepping away for a little while. Because they're making out this injury's quite big, and he couldn't even have moves being done tonight, probably. Because his knee was going.
Orton will be fine. I think that was okay favourite.
I didn't know whether you'd have him take a step back and then push Owens a bit.
He may have a week out, but I think the story for Orton going forwards is Orton and Owens versus the Bloodline. You may even have the Bloodline take out Orton on Monday or Friday, sorry.
Yeah,
just to give him a week or two off so that he can kayfabe rest that knee.
Makes sense, yeah.
I was tired to that one.
No, it was just a good match.
Yeah,
it was. Orton came out of the gates hot, managed to hit an RKO eventually, which he just couldn't capitalise on because he was looking after his knee.
Took a couple of chest shots that the ref even looked painful. The ref looked like it hurt the ref.
I think he ended up winning with
off his chest.
He ended up winning with a roll up, didn't he? Which Orton just had his shoulder up as well.
Mm-hmm. Both shoulders, by the looks of it. It was a lot of people crying about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Including Titch.
complaints about the
His shoulders are up.
But
It makes you wonder though, was it on purpose or was it a botch finish?
see, I get that, but there's not much point doing it on purpose because they're not building a rivalry between the two of them because they're all two separate brands.
Honestly, I think it was just Orton. Orton was rolled through a bit.
Rolled through too much. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, he was lifted a bit higher, which pulled his shoulders up.
But I suppose it also gives Orton a bit of a claim to it. So if they do want to push Orton towards the title picture in time for SummerSlam,
they can do
that's
something.
His. Well, I should have been there
claim.
anyway.
Yeah.
Put me in a triple threat.
Yeah. Our main event. We'll get to the other stuff in a bit, I'm sure. But the Uncle Howdy stuff that happened tonight as well. We'll finish with that. Yeah. But Cody Rhodes retaining his title against Logan Paul. Predictable match. I'm glad it wasn't for both titles because otherwise that would have made it predictable that it was going to be. Although it makes no real difference because if it had been predictable, it'd either end in a no contest or a DQ or something. So to have it for the title and then Logan, he made it look quite strong, but also Cody looked stronger. Like it works quite well based on the facts of the ranks of the titles.
For a predictable match, I quite like this for the moments and the spots that were in there. There was a lot, and it was still like, yeah, okay, it's predictable. We know who's winning, but this spot was really good. That spot was good.
It was still enjoyable fight. There
was a few dodgy ones. Don't get me wrong. There was a few dodgy ones. Logan showed he's inexperienced in the ring still a few times, but like Link said during that, it's a totally different match that he was into. That like a totally different opponent that he's used to, and if he's
was well managed.
If he's learning to, Cody saved him a few times, and if he's learning to fight bigger guys like this, do you know what? The easiest way to learn is to have a go.
And for me, this is the one that was sort of competing for a match of the night because, as good as I enjoyed the Intercontinental title match, there was more moments in this. So in 5 years' time, I'm gonna remember.
That splash onto the table.
There's going to be more moments that I'm going to remember in 5 years' time in this match than there will be in that IC match.
Even calling out Michael Cole.
Yeah, different.
Do you know what I'm going to like that feud with? Because that's building to something. You remember like the hatred Bailey and Michael Cole had together? I could see Logan Paul and Michael Cole having it this time.
But realistically, the IC title match, there was, 2 spots you probably remember in 5 years' time or vaguely remember? Was the triple German and the Otis clothesline on Chad.
In 5 years' time, I won't remember any of this if you're not gonna lie.
You're again.
Things I can't remember.
They'll have because they'll have moments that are very similar to the moments that we've had tonight on other pay-per-views that are probably executed better.
All right. A year's time.
For a really predictable match, there were moments that made me forget. Do you know what? I was really like, I can't be bothered to watch this. It's obvious what's going to happen, but I didn't mind it still.
I enjoyed it.
It's not the match I enjoyed the least tonight.
Yeah. Right, and I was having to edit, so I missed a lot of it. Where are we with this Uncle Howdy stuff, Pete? You took charge, is what I've gathered.
It was quite strange. They've referenced Ranius, or the title of it, whatever it is. It's the patron saint of Pisa and the patron saint of travellers. And his feast day is June the 17th. June the 17th is a couple of days after the pay-per-view, after Clash.
On a Monday.
Monday Raw.
On the Monday. Also...
2 weeks on Monday, basically.
Also links back to...
3 weeks.
The very first... It links back to the very first... It links back to the very first time we see the Fiend in the Firefly Funhouse. That was on June the 17th. People have pulled that up. But also there was a little quote in there that says, let me find the quote again. Actually, it's on here.
A Mother of Exiles
That's the one.
arrived in New York Harbor.
Just so happens New York is SmackDown this weekend. Or next week, but also there was a few capital letters randomly put in to that little quote.
I mean, let's call it with the random.
I don't think they're random.
Many words.
I said if you've spotted it, it's not random. Yeah. It's intentional.
The letters can be rearranged to capital letters to spell Haman.
Which
And
is
also,
very interesting. So
also Ranius is one of the Latin translation
Latin.
for Ranius. Latin.
Fine.
Translation for Ranius is
All right, governor.
is wise warrior or advisor of the army.
Always clean your chimney.
So
Latin.
if Haman is involved,
It's interesting that could happen.
I don't think Haman's involved personally, but
weirder things have happened.
Is it unrealistic that they're going to start throwing red herrings in there now to try and put us off and confuse us because we're getting too close?
Yeah,
that's a prime example of a red herring for me.
It's a good shout,
but
I like it though.
But what if not? I don't know. I like it.
Well, the alternative is that it is something to do with, they are going to target Jay.
And Braun's going to help him.
Well, Haman potentially goes back with Haman.
Jay goes back with Haman.
Jay goes back with Haman.
Haman
back
goes
to back to Raw or back to SmackDown, and Haman. It's kind of a catalyst for whatever's going to go on with the Bloodline story. I'm spitballing ideas. I don't know.
I don't mind it, but yeah, I mean that is what happened tonight. Oh, King and Queen of the Ring in there in Saudi Arabia,
where it's great.
It's great. We'll just leave it at that. But thank you very much. And Titch was here, by the way. Titch joined us for the whole thing over on our Twitch and on YouTube. So make sure you come over there if you've watched this. We do Twitch and things.
So bye to it, Titch.
Well, you shouldn't have to. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.
See ya.
Peace.
I was just doing my awkward Logan Paul, just staring at hard cam for ages.